Ivana Trump's last marriage was filled with unexpected turns and deep sadness, especially in the months leading up to her passing. During this time, she was grieving the sudden and shocking loss of her final husband. The story of their relationship and the heartbreak surrounding his untimely death is truly moving. Here's a closer look at Ivana Trump's final marriage and the emotional pain that marked its final chapter. Ivana Marie Zelníková was born on February 20, 1949, in Gottwaldov, Czechoslovakia, which is now Zlín in the Czech Republic. Her father, Milos Zelníček, worked as an electrical engineer, while her mother, Marie Frankova, was a telephone operator. Growing up in a Catholic household, Ivana's early life revolved around family and faith. From a young age, she showed incredible talent as a skier. With her father's encouragement, she started skiing at just 4 years old and quickly developed impressive skills. Her dedication paid off when she earned a spot on the junior national ski team, giving her rare opportunities to travel outside the communist borders of her home country. Skiing not only opened doors that most people in Czechoslovakia couldn't even imagine, but also broadened her world and set the stage for the ambitious life she would go on to lead. Ivana attended Charles University in Prague, where she earned a master's degree in physical education in 1972. During her university years, she even appeared on Czechoslovak television in the children's series Pan Tau in 1970. In 1988, Ivana claimed in interviews that she had been chosen as an alternate for the Czechoslovak ski team at the 1972 Winter Olympics, focusing on downhill and slalom skiing. However, Peter Posmezny, the Secretary General of the Czechoslovak Olympic Committee, later refuted this, stating that no records of her involvement existed. Adding to the skepticism, a 2021 report by Snopes revealed that Czechoslovakia hadn't sent any female alpine skiers to the 1972 Winter Olympics, further casting doubt on her story. In 1971, Ivana married Alfred Winkelmeyer, an Austrian ski instructor and a close platonic friend. This marriage wasn't a romantic union, but a practical decision to help Ivana gain Austrian citizenship. By doing so, she could leave Czechoslovakia without defecting and still can visit her parents. As Ivana Winkelmeyer, she was granted her Austrian passport in March 1972. The following year, she secured an absentee divorce from Winkelmeyer in Los Angeles, California, where he had relocated to work as a ski instructor. Ivana's move to Canada marked a fresh start in her life. At the time, she was romantically involved with George Steidl, a lyricist and playwright, but their relationship ended tragically when Steidl died in a car accident in 1973. After his death, Ivana relocated to Canada to join George Sirovatka, her boyfriend since 1967. Sirovatka had defected to Canada in 1971 and owned a ski boutique in Montreal. Although Ivana claimed they were married, the two never officially wed. In Canada, Ivana worked as a ski instructor and a model. She lived in Montreal for 2 years, taking night classes at McGill University to improve her English. Modeling wasn't her passion, but a way to make a living. Her clients included Eaton's department store and fashion designer Auki Sanft, and she also did promotional work for the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal. These years in Canada were pivotal in shaping the next steps of her journey. Ivana's early life and education set the stage for the extraordinary journey that lay ahead. These formative years paved the way for her high-profile marriage to Donald Trump and her significant impact in both the business and fashion industries. Ivana met Donald Trump in 1976 while living in Montreal, where she worked as a model and ski instructor after immigrating from Czechoslovakia. During a modeling job in New York City, she caught Donald's attention. While dining with fellow models, Donald made sure they were seated at the best table and joined their group. In her memoir, Raising Trump, Ivana recalled how Donald struck up polite small talk. She appreciated his gentlemanly and respectful approach as he wasn't overly flirtatious. At the time, Ivana was casually seeing someone in Montreal and wasn't looking for a serious relationship. However, Donald's persistence gradually won her over. He sent her 100 roses, treated her to extravagant dinners, and stayed in touch regularly, calling her every other day for 3 months after she returned to Montreal. He even surprised her by attending one of her runway shows in Canada. Their connection grew deeper around Christmas when Donald invited Ivana on a vacation to Aspen. The trip turned out to be a game changer for their relationship. They had a magical time together, and on New Year's Eve, Donald made a bold declaration: "If you don't marry me, you'll ruin your life." Despite their brief courtship, Ivana was swept away by Donald's passion and eventually agreed to marry him. Ivana and Donald Trump tied the knot on April 9, 1977, in a grand ceremony at Marble Collegiate Church in New York City. Their honeymoon in Mexico came with a surprising twist. Ivana discovered she was pregnant with their first child. On December 31, 1977, she gave birth to their eldest son, Donald Jr. The couple went on to have two more children, Ivanka in 1981 and Eric in 1984. Their marriage was not only a partnership in life, but also in business. Donald appointed Ivana as Vice President of Interior Design at the Commodore Hotel, which he was transforming into the Grand Hyatt Hotel. Ivana's design expertise was instrumental in the project's success. She continued to play a key role in Donald's real estate ventures, contributing to landmark projects such as Trump Tower and the Trump Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City. Ivana also served as president of the Plaza Hotel, showcasing her leadership and business acumen. Ivana's remarkable contributions and dynamic personality were highlighted in the 2018 Netflix documentary miniseries Trump: An American Dream. She was portrayed as a charismatic and hard-working career woman who stood by Donald's side, challenged him, and made significant contributions to his empire. Ivana and Donald Trump's seemingly strong partnership took a dramatic turn during Christmas 1989 while vacationing in Aspen. Ivana had a shocking encounter with Donald's mistress, Marla Maples. In a confrontation that became infamous, Maples approached Ivana and openly declared, "I'm Marla, and I love your husband. Do you?" Ivana later described the moment, saying she firmly replied, "Get lost. I love my husband." Witnesses saw the heated exchange, and the incident quickly became tabloid gold. The fallout was swift, and their marriage began to crumble under the strain of public and private pressures. Despite efforts to keep things normal for their children, the damage was done. By February 1990, tensions hit a boiling point when Donald locked Ivana out of her office at the Plaza Hotel, sparking a legal battle over their prenuptial agreements. Amidst the marital turmoil, tragedy struck in October 1990, when Ivana's father, Miloš Zelnicek, passed away suddenly at the age of 63. Adding to the complexity of her grief was the revelation that Miloš had been an informant for Czechoslovakia's intelligence service. Despite the impending divorce, Donald offered Ivana support during this difficult time. Their highly publicized split captivated the world. Ivana's court accusations against Donald, including claims of rape and abuse detailed in depositions, further fueled the media frenzy. The divorce was not only a personal crisis, but also a global spectacle played out under the relentless glare of the press. Meanwhile, Ivana's past came back to haunt her in a surprising twist. On February 14, 1989, FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C., recommended a preliminary inquiry into her connections to Czechoslovakia, based on information from a confidential source. The investigation, initiated by the FBI's New York field office the following week, reportedly lasted at least 2 years. In March 2023, it was revealed that Ivana had been investigated by the FBI's Counterintelligence Division over allegations linked to her native Czechoslovakia. This revelation added yet another layer of drama to an already tumultuous period in her life. Despite the chaos surrounding her personal life and the investigation, Ivana walked away from her marriage with a substantial financial settlement. She received $14,650,000 per year in child support, their Connecticut home, a flat in Trump Tower, and 1 month each year at the Mar-a-Lago estate. Despite the fiery end to their marriage, Ivana and Donald eventually managed to find common ground. They put their children first, co-parenting effectively and maintaining a cordial relationship for the sake of their family. Ivana and Donald's commitment to co-parenting was clear when Ivana attended Donald's presidential inauguration in 2017. This public appearance highlighted their ability to put aside personal differences for the sake of family unity, despite their past conflicts. Donald valued Ivana's perspective and often sought her advice during his presidency. Former White House aide Omarosa Manigault-Newman even spoke about Donald's reliance on Ivana's insights, showcasing the continued bond between them. Mara Maples, Donald's second wife, expressed sadness over the lingering tension between her and Ivana, hoping for Ivana's forgiveness. She emphasized her love for Ivana's children and her desire for peace. Mara, who shares a daughter, Tiffany, with Donald, maintained a close relationship with her stepchildren, ensuring Tiffany saw them as family. After Ivana's passing, Donald paid tribute to her, describing her as a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led an inspirational life. This heartfelt tribute underscored the lasting bond they shared, which transcended the challenges they had faced. Ivana's life, marked by its ups and downs, stands as a testament to her resilience and strength. Despite all the obstacles she encountered, her story is one of survival, adaptation, and a lasting legacy. After her high-profile divorce from Donald Trump, Ivana Trump threw herself into building her own brand. She created lines of clothing, fashion jewelry, and beauty products, selling them through popular TV shopping channels like the Home Shopping Network and QVC. In 1995, she launched the House of Ivana, a fashion and fragrance company, with a showroom on Park Avenue in New York City. Ivana's business savvy became evident as she used her name and image to her advantage. By 1998, she had expanded her interests to Croatia, a country close to her heart because of her parents' frequent visits. She acquired a 33% stake in Polu Plus 10, Croatia's second-largest daily newspaper, showing her willingness to branch out into diverse industries, from fashion to media. Not all of her business ventures were a hit, though. The Ivana-branded Bentley Bay development in Miami, Florida, went bankrupt in 2004. She also became involved in several proposed condo projects, including the ambitious Ivana Las Vegas, which was never built. These setbacks didn't break her entrepreneurial spirit, though. In 2010, she found herself in a legal battle with the Finnish fashion company Ivana Helsinki, accusing them of selling women's clothing under her name without permission. This lawsuit highlighted her determination to protect her brand and reputation, proving that she was never one to back down easily. Ivana Trump also made her mark as an author, penning several books that resonated with her audience. Her writing career began with For Love Alone in 1992 and Free to Love in 1993, followed by The Best Is Yet to Come in 1995, a self-help book focused on coping with divorce and embracing life anew. In addition to books, Ivana wrote an advice column titled Ask Ivana for Globe magazine from June 1995 to January 2010, offering insights on love and life. She also launched Ivana's Living in Style, a lifestyle magazine, in February 1999, and contributed to Divorce magazine in 2001. In 2017, Ivana released her autobiography, Raising Trump, which provided a more intimate look at her early life and her years raising her children with Donald Trump. This book humanized her public persona and gave readers a glimpse into the woman behind the glamorous image. Beyond her writing, Ivana made numerous media appearances. In April 1988, she and Donald Trump appeared together on The Oprah Winfrey Show, and shortly after, she was featured on the BBC's Wogan. After her divorce, Ivana had an impactful interview with Barbara Walters on ABC's 2020, which led to Donald cutting off her alimony payments and threatening legal action against her. In 1992, Ivana returned to The Oprah Winfrey Show with a powerful statement, "I will not let men dominate me anymore," resonating with many women and showcasing her independence and resilience. Ivana also made a memorable cameo in the 1996 film The First Wives Club, delivering the iconic line, "Ladies, you have to be strong and independent, and remember, don't get mad, get everything." This moment became an emblem of her personal empowerment and continued to cement her status as a symbol of strength. In 2006, Ivana Trump ventured into reality television, hosting a special on the Oxygen network titled Ivana Young Man. In this dating program, she helped a wealthy middle-aged woman find a younger partner, showcasing her ability to embrace new forms of media. 4 years later, Ivana appeared on the UK's Celebrity Big Brother 7, where she finished in 7th place, further solidifying her presence in the public eye. Ivana's post-divorce years were marked by a series of diverse ventures that highlighted her versatility and resilience. From fashion and business to writing and television, she continuously reinvented herself, proving she was much more than just the ex-wife of a famous businessman. After her divorce from Donald Trump, Ivana sought new beginnings in her personal life as well. In 1991, she found companionship with Italian entrepreneur Riccardo Mazzucchelli. Their romance was filled with grand gestures, such as the time Riccardo filled a room with roses after a lunch date. Despite an initial proposal with a lavish 10-carat diamond ring, Ivana declined. However, 3 years later, Riccardo proposed again, this time with a stunning Burmese sapphire ring, and Ivana accepted. Their marriage in 1995 seemed promising, but it lasted only 20 months. Despite Riccardo's claims of deep affection, their relationship faced significant challenges. He often compared his efforts in the marriage to those of Donald, asserting that he had given Ivana more than her first husband ever did. Their marital troubles did not end with their separation. Ivana filed a lawsuit against Riccardo for $15 million, citing a breach of their confidentiality agreement. The details of their legal dispute remained private, but the matter was eventually settled out of court. Tragically, Riccardo Mazzucchelli passed away in 2017 at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy marked by his entrepreneurial pursuits and his brief marriage to Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump's life continued to be marked by high-profile relationships and public scrutiny, yet she remained resilient, consistently overcoming challenges and thriving both personally and professionally. In the summer of 1997, Ivana began dating Italian aristocrat Count Goffredo Gatti di L'Aquila d'Agnona Lovatelli. Their relationship, which lasted until his tragic death in 2005, was filled with romance and intrigue, captivating the public's imagination. Goffredo was no ordinary count. His reputation as a jet-setting playboy preceded him. Italian tabloids often referred to him as a collector of girls, Ferraris, and millions. And he had a colorful past, including appearing naked in a film and challenging actor Mickey Rourke to a boxing match. However, when Gotti met Ivana in Monte Carlo, he was ready to leave his flamboyant lifestyle behind. He often remarked, "Now my life is just work and work," signaling a shift toward a more serious, business-minded approach. Gotti was the president of Ferrari of Long Island, a title reflecting his deep passion for luxury cars. His aristocratic heritage was extensive, with each of his names carrying a noble title: Count, Prince, and Duke. He even counted 2 popes among his ancestors. Despite his opulent background, Gotti was remarkably down-to-earth, frequently expressing frustration over the mundane struggles of everyday life, such as navigating the notorious Cross-Bronx Expressway. Ivana and Goffredo's relationship blended high romance with mutual respect. He famously gifted Ivana a red Ferrari for her birthday, a gesture that symbolized both his affection and his considerable wealth. Unlike Ivana's previous marriage to Riccardo Mazzucchelli, which ended amid accusations of gold digging, Gotti never disclosed the value of the car, reflecting his gentlemanly discretion in contrast to the drama that had plagued her earlier relationships. Their time together was filled with elegance and mutual admiration, adding another chapter to Ivana's complex and ever-evolving story. Donald Trump, Ivana Trump's ex-husband, gave his approval of Goffredo Gotti, describing him as a high-quality guy. This endorsement was significant, particularly given Trump's previously harsh dismissal of Ivana's other partners. Gotti's relationship with Ivana was built on shared passions for speed and elegance. One notable experience was when Gotti took Ivana to the Ferrari factory in Italy. There, Ivana impressed everyone by driving an F1 car around the track at 200 mph, her skiing skills translating seamlessly into the precision and control needed on the racetrack. Gotti proudly recounted how Ivana's performance amazed the test drivers, showcasing her talent and confidence. Despite his death in 2005, Gotti left a lasting impression on Ivana, and the memories of their time together continued to resonate. Their relationship was more than just a romance, it was a union of 2 distinct worlds, each bringing unique qualities to the partnership, which fascinated those who followed their story. Ivana's 4th and final marriage, to Italian actor and entrepreneur Rossano Rubicondi, brought both joy and heartbreak. Their romance, though marked by an age gap, blossomed quickly, and in April 2008, they married at Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's luxurious estate in Palm Beach, Florida. The wedding was a grand affair, attended by society's elite. However, their marital bliss was short-lived, as by 2009, just a year after their lavish ceremony, Ivana and Rossano separated. Yet their relationship didn't end there. Over the next decade, they experienced a tumultuous roller coaster romance, with periods of reconciliation and separation. Despite the ups and downs, their connection endured, reflecting the complexities and emotional depth of Ivana's love life. In 2018, Ivana Trump and Rossano Rubicondi participated together in the Italian version of Dancing with the Stars, showcasing their dynamic both on and off the dance floor. Their on-screen chemistry captivated viewers, but behind the scenes, their relationship remained tumultuous, marked by frequent separations and reconciliations. Each time they were spotted together, their love story made headlines. In 2019, Ivana and Rossano split again, citing the challenges of long distance. Ivana admitted that their relationship had simply reached its natural conclusion, yet they remained friends. As recently as July 2021, they were seen together, strolling arm in arm in Manhattan, maintaining an enduring bond despite their past. Tragedy struck in October 2021 when Rossano passed away at the age of 49. His father revealed that Rossano had been battling liver cancer, but it was a fatal accident that ultimately led to his death. A vein burst in his lung caused him to fall in the bathtub. His sudden death left Ivana devastated, and there were even rumors that they were considering reconciling and possibly remarrying, despite the complications in their relationship. Rossano's passing marked the end of a significant chapter in Ivana's life, and she was left to navigate the complexities of grief and solitude. Just under a year later, on July 14, 2022, Ivana herself passed away. She was found at the bottom of the stairs in her East 64th Street Manhattan residence. The New York City Medical Examiner's Office determined that her death was the result of blunt impact injuries sustained in an accidental fall, marking a tragic end to a life that had been filled with both high-profile triumphs and personal heartbreak. In her final year, Ivana Trump faced significant emotional and physical struggles that deeply affected her well-being. Her close friend, Nikki Haskell, shared insights into Ivana's isolation, revealing how profoundly the death of Rossano Rubicondi impacted her. Haskell explained that Ivana had withdrawn from social life, overwhelmed by grief and the fear of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite anticipating a trip to Saint-Tropez, Ivana's reality was one of sorrow and seclusion. Haskell noted that Ivana had become more reclusive and had not ventured out or engaged in activities during her last months. Her grief was evident as she attended Rossano's memorial service, a somber reflection of the loss she was enduring. Ivana also faced significant health challenges that further compounded her isolation. In her later years, she developed mobility issues, especially discomfort in her hip, which limited her ability to move freely and participate in the activities she once enjoyed. Her longtime friend, Zach Aram, recalled how Ivana's physical pain kept her confined at home, missing out on simple pleasures like dining at her favorite restaurants. This mobility struggle was a result of the toll her past career as a professional skier had taken on her body. Additionally, Ivana suffered a fall at a restaurant after tripping over someone's purse, which worsened her existing pain and caused more emotional strain. This series of physical setbacks, combined with her emotional burden from losing Rossano, created a difficult and isolating final chapter for Ivana Trump. The loss of her ex-husband, Rossano Rubicondi, added a heavy emotional burden to Ivana Trump's final years. While she denied experiencing depression, she confided in her close friend Nikki Haskell about the profound sadness she felt following his death. Their relationship, though tumultuous at times, was marked by deep affection, and Ivana struggled with the loss. Initial reports about Ivana's death suggested natural causes, with the New York Fire Department responding to a cardiac arrest call. However, the New York City Medical Examiner later revealed that Ivana's death was caused by blunt impact injuries to her torso, sustained from a fall down the stairs in her home. The death was ultimately ruled an accident. When Ivana's personal assistant and cleaning lady were unable to reach her, they sought help from a maintenance worker who discovered her body beside a spilled cup of coffee. Despite prior concerns from friends about the safety of her staircase, described by Haskell as treacherous, the accident occurred. Haskell had even declined to stay at Ivana's residence due to the steepness of the stairs. Another visitor noted the worn carpeting and the lack of renovations, which might have contributed to the fall. Ivana's estate was valued at $34 million, with her will specifying that the majority of her assets be divided among her 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump. She had also designated specific properties for her friends, and despite her relationship with her ex-husband, she attempted to leave him a property though he had passed away before her. Notably, her wealthier former spouse, Donald Trump, did not receive any inheritance. The most significant asset in Ivana's estate was her New York City townhouse, just half a block from Central Park, which her heirs are now attempting to sell for $26.5 million. While it's uncertain whether Ivana Trump's heirs will be able to sell her townhouse for the full asking price of $26.5 million, the proceeds from the sale are set to be evenly distributed among her three children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. The anticipated sum from the townhouse sale holds considerable value for them, though it's worth noting that while their father, Donald Trump, has offered financial support, he has been reluctant to part with significant portions of his estimated $3.2 billion empire. As of 2019, Forbes estimated that Don Jr. and Eric were each worth around $25 million, while Ivanka's net worth was considerably higher at approximately $375 million, largely due to her successful fashion brand and marriage into another affluent family. The trio has also cashed out over $10 million after divesting their 7.5% stake in the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. One notable beneficiary of Ivana's will, aside from her children, is Dorothy Curry, who dedicated decades to working for the Trump family. Starting as a nanny, Curry had a special bond with Ivana and the Trump children. Ivana once described her as having a sparkle in her eye and plenty of nervous energy in her book, Raising Trump. Curry, a devoutly religious woman, would kneel beside the Trump children's beds each night, teaching them prayers in English that Ivana herself didn't know. Despite Ivana's admission in her 2017 book that religion didn't play a large role in her life, she appreciated that her children grew up with a connection to faith. Over the years, Curry transitioned from nanny to Ivana's assistant, maintaining a close and enduring relationship with the family. Despite living in a modest middle-class apartment in Queens, Curry was bequeathed a Florida condo valued at over $1 million, as well as Ivana's beloved Yorkshire Terrier, Tiger. Ivana's generosity toward Curry reflected the deep personal connection they shared, with Eric Trump even describing Curry as his second mother in his mother's book, recalling their close relationship nurtured since his infancy, including trips to Curry's native Ireland. Eric Trump has assumed the responsibility of managing his mother's estate and overseeing its distribution, following his appointment as Ivana Trump's personal representative. If Eric is unable to fulfill his duties, the responsibility will pass to Ivana's accountant. The estate also includes several overseas properties. Ivana had originally intended to leave a property in Saint-Tropez, France, to her ex-husband Rossano Rubicondi, but this provision lapsed after his death in 2021. Another Saint-Tropez property was bequeathed to her friend Evelyn Gallet, although details about their relationship and Gallet's identity remain unclear. Representatives for the Trump Organization did not respond to inquiries regarding Gallet. Ivana also allocated a portion of her estate to charity, instructing that all her clothing be donated to the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army, with the exception of her furs. The proceeds from selling her furs were to benefit her three children. These instructions are documented in records filed in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Though Ivana split her time between Miami during the winter, Saint-Tropez in the summer, and New York City in the spring and fall, she designated Florida, where there is no income tax, as her official residence. This decision mirrors that of her ex-husband Donald Trump and their three children, who also reside in the Sunshine State. Given the substantial size of Ivana's estate, the Trump family is required to file a federal estate tax return. The IRS allows a tax-free inheritance of up to $12 million, with any amount exceeding that threshold subject to taxation of up to 40%. Assuming Ivana's estate is valued at $34 million, estate taxes could amount to as much as $8.7 million. In her will, Ivana specified that her assets should cover these taxes. Ivana Trump's life was a remarkable blend of glamour, hardship, and resilience. From her beginnings in Czechoslovakia to her rise as a businesswoman, her story is one of survival and success. Despite the ups and downs, Ivana's legacy endures through her children and the lasting impact she made on those around her. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Ivana Trump's life. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update on our latest content.